dialed in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some beer money.
Bucks
And brews.
Bucks and
Bucks and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
We are back on Bucks and Brews. So it's been a little while since we've been with you here because instead of me getting sick this time, somebody else got sick.
Yeah, I was out for a few weeks and it was not a fun experience. So
Are you feeling much better now?
compared to where I started, yes,
That's a good thing.
I say much better compared. So
Yeah, well, we talked quite a bit while you were down, and it did not sound good.
yeah, I tell you, I had a couple days of just sweating in my whole bed. Like I think I need a new mattress because of how much I was like, man, dude, this will literally just make you dehydrated. You couldn't drink enough water to keep it in.
So I don't think I told you this, Mike. I get a message from Nick one day. He goes, "Hey, if you're cold, come on over." It's like swimming in my bed right now, and I'm just sweating my ass. I went, "No, dude, I'm good, thanks."
Yeah. I would text some buddies and I'm like, hey, come cuddle. Say, just want somebody to cuddle.
So before we get into tonight's episode,
Yeah.
Nick, what are you drinking?
Oh man, I brought out some stuff from the cellar.
Okay.
So I'm drinking a Hazel's Nuts toasted marshmallow and coconut
Yes.
from Odd Side Ales. And then I'm drinking the traditional Hazel's Nuts again from Odd Side Ales.
So Mike, I'll let you go before me. What do you got, Mike?
Went kind of because I bought stuff for over the weekend and I had some left over. So starting with gotta go to my Jake's vanilla bean porter from Papa Brewery
Yep.
That's a good beer.
It is.
and a special kind of holiday version of it's a Bell's Flamingo Fruit Fight, which is a sour, but this is a pomegranate.
Oh, that sounds really good.
So
I have not had that.
it is good.
So I'm going to go from last to first
All right.
because I have reasons. So tonight I have from my Christmas present
Yeah.
from Rochester Mills, one of my favorite breweries, toasted marshmallow milkshake stout.
There you go. This is the first year Courtney and I have not done the
12 stouts.
12 stouts of Christmas. Milk
Yeah.
stouts of Christmas.
I haven't either. Shocking.
Yeah.
For my second, also gotten around the same time. I think I bought this though. It was not a present from Brewdog, double cake marshmallow and chocolate stout.
Yeah. You're gonna enjoy that.
It sounds delicious. And I saved this one for last, even though I'm drinking it first. So Grand Armory's Fluffer Nutter Peanut Butter Marshmallow Stout. Now I saved that for a specific reason to be last that we talked about. So I don't think we've shared this with many people on our shows, but we have a tour of Grand Armory coming up. It was originally going to be next Tuesday, but some things have come up that next Tuesday is not going to work. So I'm still working out a date with Buck. Buck is the one that invited us up to come. Thank you, Buck. We are always happy to come check out a brewery.
Always.
So we're going to go on a tour of Grand Armory. We're going to do an episode from there. We're going to go to the tasting room.
Yep.
And that's something we are very much looking forward to, the three of us, I know.
Yeah. And we appreciate that invite. We're looking forward to it. We'll set up a specific date. And of course, come give feedback on it and just have a great time.
Yeah, and if anybody has specific questions they want us to ask Grand Armory, please let us know because
Right.
we'll be there to ask.
Yeah. And we want to dive into some of the business aspect of things.
Absolutely do, because we are Bucks and Brews.
Right.
Bucks comes before Brews.
Always, baby.
Um,
You gotta have the bucks to buy the brews, right?
I do have some beer news.
Oh, go on.
I shared this with you yesterday. Elk Brewing is closing
You did.
their Comstock Park tasting room.
Yep.
So that's sad.
Yep.
Because I do like Elk Brewing beers. They have good beers.
Yeah.
but they'll still have the other location open.
Yep.
So
And
luckily they're not going away.
I say they're still going to keep with their distribution and doing all that. So
Where's the other tasting room?
I think it's down in Grand Rapids.
I think it is
So,
too. I want to say Fulton or
Well,
something.
I thought it was
Wealthy?
Yeah, right in the corner there.
Uh,
Little white building.
it's probably in my thing here.
Unless they close that one to open the Comstock Park one.
No, they have two, I know.
Yeah, so
Once
think-
I figure out how to put my thing in.
I think it's Wealthy. So it's a pretty fun little brewery too.
You are right, Nick. It is on Wealthy.
Yeah, it's a little white building, right across from. Did Johnny B's move right across the road there now? I think.
I do not know.
Because Johnny B's used to be down or whatever. Like kitty corner from Donkey, which is not my favorite place. I'll tell you that.
No?
$8 tacos and
Oh,
they're this big but they do have like 50-cent 50-cent beers of some sort.
So I have to give you condolences
Thank you.
because I heard you and Courtney are breaking up because she does not want tacos anymore.
Yep. No, we're not breaking up. We're getting divorced.
Well, yes.
Yes, it's-
Are you going to stay together and just be divorced?
I have to talk to the the taco posse and stuff, right? To see if that's allowed. But I mean, she knew when she married me, we were having tacos at least once a week, right? Like, I don't know. We were just laying in bed one night and she's like, tacos. I never want tacos. And I was like, what the hell did you just say? Like don't fucking talk to me. And she's, I mean, homemade white people tacos. And I was like, it's still a taco. Like, I'm not a hater, right? Like at home, like I grew up at home,
Mhm.
flour tortillas. I mean, full fucking burrito size, but we use them as taco, and then ground beef with seasoning and beans and cheese, and white folk it up.
So-
I love a Mexican taco. Like, give me a corn tortilla, give me El Pastor. Like, I'm literally a taco king. This body's 90% Hispanic. People just don't know it.
So we are Bucks and Brews,
Yeah.
but we're almost more like Bucks and Brews and tacos and pizza.
Say, yeah. I over my time of being down, I ate pizza rolls and frozen pizza, and I was like, all right.
That meant that put you on the road to recovery, right?
Yeah, so that's what it was. Say, might as well.
So we're gonna go over some year in review stuff. I wanted to kind of go through the episodes we did over the year because I definitely don't have recollection of some of them from when I was sick. And I wanted to talk about some of our favorite moments. So let's just dive right in. So of course, last year we started out with New Year, New You.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we probably should revisit every year.
I think so.
Because we all have new goals every year, right?
You should have.
I mean, I don't do resolutions. I think resolutions are stupid. That's just something you're going to break.
Sure.
But I definitely always have goals.
Yep.
So, I mean, goal wise this year, I'd like to not die. That would be a good goal.
So it's a great goal.
Not even try to die. Let's go with not trying to die.
Sure.
But money wise, like, I have a lot of money goals this year.
I have a few, I guess, like in things that revolve around the money aspect of things. So like business goals that happen to be money as well.
Yeah.
But like I have a financial number that I'd like to hit, while I also have like, hey, I want to buy, X amount of units and things like that. So, I kind of want to dive into that if that's all right.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
I was having this conversation with a friend of mine just the other day, and we were talking about goals, and I said, look, let's just say my goal last year was to hit $100,000 in worth of flips, right? Like, and honestly, I hit 10%, right? So I hit $10,000. Like, well, if it was $1 million to 100,000, sure. I hit 10%, and I was feeling like an asshole for a long time, and while I was talking to him, I was like, no, I shouldn't be talking to you like this. And it instantly hit me. And I said, this is what my old mindset of me used to think. And I said, all right, Jeremiah, look, dude, I'm not mad that I only hit 10% of my goal, because guess what? Like, I actually had a goal. If I didn't, I wouldn't hit any amount of money. So like, actually, sorry, I was talking to my buddy Christian about it. And I was like, so even if I fell short, I still made progress. I actually had a positive, right? Like I made 10K or whatever, right? And without even having a high goal, I would have never even done anything, right? If I would, oh, hey, yeah, I hope I do a flip, like when you say, I hope I do a flip, you're not setting specific things. You're not giving yourself, you're not giving yourself anything to obtain and holding yourself accountable to actually reach that goal, right? Because he was talking, he's like, hey, yeah, I want to do a couple holds, and I want to do some flips or whatever. And I was like, what is some, right? And he's like, I just want to do some. And I was like, no, like the more specific you get into your goal, right, the better you are going to focus on trying to get to that. I think that when you're setting goals, even if you make them astronomical, like the fact is like you're going for, right? So like, let's say this year, if I say, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds and I only lose 10, dude, like I didn't fucking gain, right? Like losing 10 pounds, no matter how long it takes, like I didn't gain. And that's the biggest key, right? And people forget to look at things as small victories, even if you fall short. One thing I saw, we talked about Grant Cardone in one of our episodes, and how I disrespect him because of the way he acted during COVID. But like, he's 10x, right? Like, hey, if you want 100,000, make it $1 million. If you want $1 million, make it $10 million, right? 10x everything, because even if you fall short. So if you set your goal, hey, I want $1 million, now make it 10 million, because guess what? If you only hit 10%, you have $1 million, right? So 10% is failure in your eyes, but you've hit $1 million. Where if you go $1 million and you only hit 10%, you're at $100,000, and you and even if you beat that, so let's say you go 23%, you're 2.3 million, or you've done so much fucking better. So I used to love that mindset, and I still I like the idea of the mindset, so I still love the mindset.
So I'm going to cut in here with breaking news.
Yeah.
Because we love breaking news here on Bucks and Brews. So next Tuesday, it sounds like we are going to Grand Armory, Mike.
There we go.
So I just got a message from Buck.
Yeah.
So thank you, Buck, for letting us know. We will be up there about 3:00. So I think the three of us just might as well ride together.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like the smart thing to do.
So Michael, meet me at my place and I'll come pick you up.
The 18th, 3 p.m.
Sound good?
I got to get that in my phone.
Yeah, do that. So very much looking forward to that. Can't wait to have Buck on the podcast here. We'll figure out if we're gonna break down and take a bunch of stuff up, or if we just take this.
Right.
We'll figure it out. So speaking of New Year, New You, Mike did some new stuff last year after listening to us. Mike, why don't you recap what new thing you did to try and make some extra investment money?
I did some DoorDash for a while. I mean, I did stop after a while because I also wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be paying out the butt in taxes when it came time for taxes this year. But I probably made more than $5,000. I was able to invest in different things, and like I said, I kind of split that amongst a few different portfolios and things like that, and so got my money working for me.
Well, I think you also paid off some Scout stuff.
Paid off some Scout stuff. I mean, that was mostly just, somewhere that I have to pay off. I have to pay every year, unfortunately, if my kids want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but it was something you didn't have to go into your normal pocket to do.
Yeah.
And that's always a net gain. So, I mean, you're doing stuff to get some extra money so you can shift some other money elsewhere.
Right. And, I find that if you do that type of thing, it escalates so much quicker, right? Saying another side story, I was having this conversation with my buddy this morning, and because this was our episode about vacationing, right? And we talked about my wife and I having a vacation fund. My buddy, he took some of my advice or whatever, and he went and refied his house and took cash out and actually paid off his wife's vehicles. He paid off a couple of debts that they had, and it, this wasn't a massive amount of money. But he refied it into a 15-year mortgage at 2.8%, right? And he was
Beautiful.
yeah, like it was huge. And he said his payment actually dropped $50 because of how much they had paid off, and they always overpay and stuff.
So question.
Yeah.
He's taking that savings and putting it right back in.
Oh yeah, like they're
Paying extra on the mortgage.
yeah, like
Oh,
we
yeah.
were talking about it, and he's like, yep. So he goes, hey, we're gonna pay an extra like $300 every single month, and so after they took out a little bit of money or whatever for a cash out refi, and they had a couple extra bucks, like $2,000, right? He won't mind me sharing. And they had $2,000 after all their debts and stuff like that. And he goes, we just put it into our house fund.
Yep.
He goes, so we have a bank account to make sure that our mortgage paid. And so then we were talking, and I was like, man, like get that up to 3 to 6 months, whatever you guys are kind of comfortable with, because like right now, like you just told me, hey, like, man, it feels great not to have like this high interest debt and stuff. And I said, dude, you don't need to really get back to that. Like if you have this fund on your house, like think about it, you can build yourself free payment months, right? And I was like, hey, if your mortgage payment is, let's say $1,000 and you have $6,000 saved up, and let's say you want to go buy, or let's say your car goes out, or your quad, or your jet ski, or whatever, because he has a bunch of toys.
Oh yeah,
man. I was like, you guys always seem to have that problem when something goes, you just kind of go finance this way. And I was like, you could technically skip your mortgage payment, right? Now, what you would do is you take it out of your, take your mortgage payment, pay it, and you financed over here. The $1,000, let's say it costs to fix something. And I was like, now you're paying an extra $300. You don't have to overpay, right? Like I want you to, but you don't have to. So next month, right, take your $300 that you're overpaying, put it back into that account. The next month, $300 back into that account. The next month, $300. So 3 months, you've almost got yourself back to paid. Yep. Right. And then the next month you take 100, pay it off, get yourself right back to where you want to be. If you have extra money, yeah, okay, beat that 3 months goal. And then you have $200 extra in payments, and you're in month 4 at this point. So, and you're right back to it. So honestly, you've instead of 9 extra, now you have 9 payments of extra money or whatever. And you haven't hurt anything. You like to not, if you don't overpay, you're not hurting anything, right? But like to not pay, that's a thing. Like now to shell out money to interest and stuff. And he goes, yeah, that makes sense. But we were talking about vacation funds, and I was like, honestly, dude, like maybe you guys should think about having another fund set up, because you tend to finance vacations, and you tend to always buy a fucking new toy. And I'm like, maybe just start setting it up so like that way when summer rolls around, you guys just have a little extra money, and you're like, hey, this is perfect. Let's go do this. Let's go finance this. And you'll never notice it because it's such a $25 just adds up, and it takes time, right? Like, and you don't have to finance this thing. So he's like, man, that's it's not a bad idea. We really want to get the house paid. And I was like, look, that's a great goal, but like 15 years, be proud of yourself, because you only have 15. Like you refinance from like 22, let's say, down to 15. Like you're already 7 years ahead of where originally you were going to be. And yes, you've only lived there for, let's say, 3 years, and they paid down the 6 years, or whatever it was. I was like, you did all that. You're still way ahead. Like quit, don't make this your new standard of 15. Like, dude, honestly, even if you take 15 and turn it into 14, dude, you've done much better. Now, awesome. If you take it, because his goal is to get it paid off in 10 years. And I was like, dude, even if you miss your fucking goal, and that goes back to this, even if you miss your goal of getting it in 10 years, to have it in 11, to have it in 13,
you're saving money.
dude, you've made it. Like you've done very, very well. Again, you guaranteed yourself with this 15 that you took off seven guaranteed years.
So I know with me, like I refinanced my house last year with Rob, which
Yep.
of course they sold it to Chase.
Yep.
Even though they don't sell a lot of their loans, they sold mine.
Yeah, all mine are with Chase now,
So
which are from Rob, right?
yeah. So anyways, my goal was to pay it off before the 10-year mark,
Yeah.
which of course would make it like January of 31.
Okay.
Now my new goal is to pay it off before December of 28.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm on track to do that.
It's huge.
And of course, this between now and next March, I have so many things that are falling off of my list of things I have to pay.
Yeah.
Like the last thing will be Dawn's Tiguan.
Yeah.
And that's next March.
Sure.
So, I have other things that I financed for, like I got a new sofa.
Sure.
So I got 12 months, no interest.
Yep.
Well, that falls off in August. So I that's an extra $118 a month at that point. I had a couple business credit cards that'll pay off in April. So that's an extra $528 in April.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I have this extra money I can start throwing at things,
Yeah.
My card just paid off. So I have an extra $300 there. I can start throwing at things.
Yep.
So I just keep looking at, okay, well, I'm going to start paying these things down quicker now because I don't have these other bills that were, taking $1,200-$1,300 out of my budget every month.
Yeah. So you're a little older than me, right? You're 10
Only
years,
a year or two.
you're 10 years older, right? I mean,
I think I'm 11 years older.
you're 44?
I'm 44. I was born in 77.
Yeah,
I was
so-
born in 88.
Yeah, 33. So, all right, now tell me,
Yes.
and this is the thing. This is what I want people to understand.
All right. Hang on a sec.
What a great
That's
sound.
a great sound, isn't it? Go ahead.
This is what I want people to understand. Okay, so David,
Yes.
name one thing that you know that you use from 10 years ago.
Like that I own?
Yeah. Do you have the same car?
No.
Okay. Is there anything that you own that you
What was
use?
10 years ago? So 2002?
Sure.
I probably don't have anything that I actively use on a daily basis other than, something that I collect.
Sure.
But
Right.
beyond that, nothing I use on a daily basis. The computers are all new. The PlayStation 2 I had is dead,
Sure.
but I have a PlayStation 2. It's just not the same one.
But I mean, like,
But your house.
you're right, your house, right? I mean, that's the
I didn't
biggest
have
thing.
that in 2002.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've had that for the
Didn't
longest
have
time.
mine in 2002 either.
And it's the thing that you use the most, right?
Yeah,
Like people
yeah.
just forget that they actually, and whether it's a car, normal people don't say, have the same car for 10 years. They're not me, right? Like normal people don't have the same jet skis. Like they're not going to last that long.
Right.
Things are going to break. You don't have the same fucking lawnmower, right? From 10 years.
No.
Right. You don't have,
bro.
right. You don't have the same. So you're going out and spending all this quick money because it's things you want and need, but you forget about that long-term goal of this thing. And so, but now like, all right. So, and one thing I want to hit on for everybody that's listening. Okay. So everybody goes, oh, shouldn't overpay and stuff like that. Cool. If you don't overpay for your house,
Don wants you to know that 10 years ago was 2012, not 2002.
no, that's you. You said two.
I did,
said,
sorry.
oh, okay.
I just said she wants you to know. So
Say, but one thing I want everybody to understand is, okay, people will tell you, hey, don't overpay on your house, right? Like it's a waste. Now, when you tell people that, like, again, the majority of people are not going to take the amount of money they would have overpaid on their house and actually put it to investments.
but what is overpaid though as well?
So if your mortgage payment is $962.12 and you make it $1,000, right? They're like, don't overpay. Or again, my buddy wants to pay $300 extra. They're like, don't overpay that. Like your interest rate is it's such cheap money. It's such cheap money, and it's like it's your biggest debt you've ever had. If you have a fucking
Correct.
car that's worth more than your house, like you're probably doing something wrong. No disrespect, or like you got a great deal on that house. Like you live in $1 million house, and I guess I would say of what your house is actually worth, right? Because there are people who have probably bought a house for $25,000 and their house is worth $1 million now. There's a chance, but it's the thing that you use on a constant basis, and if you don't, you upgrade that into a nicer thing. So many people are not going to take that extra $300 every month and actually throw it into investments. Like people just don't do it.
So
I don't think people,
time out.
the amount of people that actually invest in like Stash or Acorns and all that, it's just not it's not a thing.
Okay, you're absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah.
But we have 3 people here.
Yeah.
So, Mike, if you had an extra $300, how much would you put in investments?
All of it, probably.
Okay, Mike would go 100%. So he'd put the extra 300.
Sure.
Out of 300, I probably put 175 to 2 in investments.
Yeah.
And what would you do?
I mean, I would probably only do like $100, right? Like, to be honest, because I'd be like, oh, I just gonna stack this 200 away. Listener, so Don asked, why not overpay if it means you will pay off sooner, or owe less if you sell?
This is a great question, by the way.
Right. And people, so the answer to what people, and again, I'm not this person, but what people will say is because interest rates are so cheap, it's like free money. You could make more money having it in the stock market. So in theory, you should be getting 10% in the stock market.
To let Dawn know specifically, so our mortgage is about, I want to say 2.875.
Mhm.
Okay, it's in that range, 2.875. So
That's what my buddy just got.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you look at that interest rate, I mean, if I'm getting that as a return on investment, that sucks.
Let's say, yeah.
Okay. If I'm looking at just my Betterment account,
Yep.
on an annualized, I'm getting 8% maybe, but cumulatively I'm getting like 43%.
Yeah. I say.
So I mean, instead of taking that money and paying off my house quicker to save that 2.875,
Yep.
if I take it and I put it in investments, I'm technically making more money doing that. But you have to ask yourself what's more important. So is it more important to get rid of that huge bill? Because so like with escrow, my house payments just under $984 a month. So
Sure.
it's $983 something.
Yep.
Okay. Now I don't want to pay that for 15 years. And mind you, escrow is going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to vary. Okay. So I don't want to pay that for the next 15 years. I want to pay that for less than 10. So that even though I'm losing money in the long run, when I hit that payoff, so let's say I pay it off in December of 28. So that's what, another 6 years?
Yeah.
So let's say
Yeah.
let's say I pay it off in December of 28.
Mhm.
I can then take that $900. I can't take 900, but I can take 500
Yep.
because of course I still have taxes and insurance that I
Yep.
have to pay.
Yep.
But I could take $500 and I could throw that into investments now. And true, I have lost 6 years
Mhm.
of money that I could have made,
Mhm.
but I have no house payment.
You have a guarantee. And one thing, I guess I was making a point on that for the overpay is if you get used to, okay, so you're paying, let's say 900, or, you said 950,
Mhm.
whatever. And you're talking about going to 500.
Yep.
Now, if you're overpaying to 1,300, and again, you're training yourself for every year for the next 6-7 years, whatever it is, to pay 1,300. When your house pays off, how much extra money do you have?
So I'm planning on paying $650 extra every month.
Okay.
So I will have over $1,200 a month
Right.
of disposable income.
Yeah. So I mean, if we go from 950 to, and we said 500, but like, and then we're overpaying 650. That's 1150. Let's just say. So now we have 1150 of extra where we were so used to paying it. So now, okay, yeah, great. I'm playing catch up with my investments, but you're so used to stacking and paying this bill. So for you to pay that 1,100, even if you paid half, right, from the
Yep.
from the original, gosh, so that's $1,500 a month.
Basically,
Even
yeah.
if you paid half of that, right,
Yep.
$750. I mean, you're repaying your mortgage and you're investing that whole thing, and now you have $750 extra to go say fuck you to the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I can go buy one courtside ticket to the Bulls after 2 months.
yeah, and that's what you're looking at is just you're training yourself for such a long period of time, and that's why people, if you ever go look, the people that drive the new cars and the fancy cars,
Yep.
are either the people that are in debt or they're the old people. Well, why do old people have no? Well, because they don't have that mortgage
The
payment.
mortgage is gone, so they have disposable income.
Oh, hey, I have an extra $500, so now I can go spend it on a $300 a month car, and I still have $200 extra to put in gas.
So, and the question we have here is, isn't paying off your house a guarantee where investments can go anywhere? So that is absolutely true. If you invest money, you have the option of losing it. But when you look at the Dow Jones or the S&P or NASDAQ in the long term, not in the short term, in the long term,
Yep.
they're going to return 8%, 10%, 12% every year.
Yeah, 10% over 10 years is what
Yeah.
they're saying, right? I mean,
So you're going to make more money over the long term
Mhm.
by simply investing that
Yep.
than you would ever make
Yep.
by paying off that loan quicker.
well, and one thing I guess I want to hit on that is it a guarantee? Okay, yes, it's a guarantee that you're less debt,
Correct.
but it doesn't guarantee that your net worth goes up because
Correct.
the house could become worth less, right? So you bought your house $200,000, let's say, right? We seen the crash,
yes.
and I don't remember if you bought your house in the
So
crash, but like,
I bought my house in April of 07
okay,
and the crash happened in 08.
right. So you
so-
paid high amount.
I paid 132,000 for a house that was worth that when
Sure.
I bought it.
Yep,
And within a year it was worth 100.
sure.
So I was $30,000 underwater.
I wish I would have bought every fucking house in that neighborhood.
Don't you?
Oh my gosh, like that because your neighborhood's $250,000 house
Yeah,
neighborhood.
the cheap ones.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I told you without questioning, I could sell mine for 250 right now.
so yeah, we have so much about that. I was looking to buy an 8-unit today, so I called a guy, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize how much the market's up." Blah blah. He's like, "I want 100,000 a unit," and I was like, "You want $800,000 for your?" He's like, I was like, and so I didn't even try. Like, I was like, "Hey, this isn't going to be for me." And then he kind of kept talking, and I was like, "Look, if you wouldn't mind, like, if you actually sell your 8-unit for 800,000, like, please let me know because I actually own one not far from you." And really, like, I never thought about selling one of my 8 units, but like, dude, if I'm literally gonna more than double my money, I'd be stupid not to at this point, right? And I was like, I can 1031 into something big.
So of course we keep getting follow-ups. I love this because mind you, I'm now having the conversation that my wife and I should have at home together
This is awesome.
on the podcast, which
National radio.
mind you, we're international. People listen to us from all over.
We are.
So mind you, this is a great conversation to have. I love the question.
Yeah.
So the question is, why pay off the house sooner when that extra could be invested? And she's confused by that. So
Oh, that was sorry.
go ahead.
I wrote it down. So we were talking about
Yeah.
return on investment. You
Correct.
said those words.
Yes.
So return on investment, ROI, return on investment. So if you invest $1,
Mhm.
okay, and we said that your interest rate right now is 2.87.
Yes.
So you invest $1,
Mhm.
and then technically you're paying, 2 cents or 2.87 cents on that dollar that you've
Yes.
borrowed.
Let's just, because we like whole
Three.
numbers, 3 cents.
3 cents.
Yes.
So for every dollar that you have, you're paying 3. But like,
So you're paying $1.03.
Yep. So now let's say that you're getting that as interest, right?
Mhm.
Because we have a 3% like Michigan accounts, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So for every dollar that we have in there, we get 3 cents. And so when you invest in paying off 3 cents, right? Or so if you're getting 3 cents on your return, if you're borrowing money at 3%,
Mhm.
and you can go to the stock market and theoretically make the average of 10%,
Yes.
you have a 7-cent difference,
Yes.
right, on every single dollar. So why would you not overpay? People would overpay and put their investments out into the investments because they're making 7 cents on every single dollar versus what they're borrowing, right?
Well, of course, she's asking specifically why we would want to pay this off quicker with the low interest rate that we have,
Yep.
instead of taking that extra money and putting it into investments. And the easiest way to answer that is you have to understand what type of person you are dealing with. Okay, so I'm 44 years old.
Mhm.
I'll be 45 in July, so 6 months.
Yep.
My biggest goal right now is to be debt free.
Mhm.
Okay. The only real debt I have is $96,000 I owe on a home.
Are you really going to pay yours off in 6 years?
Yeah.
That's not really a fair bet. We should have fun and see who can pay it off first, but that's not fair.
Well, I mean, you could.
I have enough money.
Yeah,
like,
you
I mean,
could.
so like I could just instantly win no matter what happens.
You could, yes.
But
But I'm looking at it going, I want that bill gone.
yeah, of course.
Okay. Because it's $900 every month.
Yep.
And, over 12 months, that's $9,600.
It sounds so. What sounds really weird
Yeah.
is I'm actually scared for
Is that
my
right? 12 times 9, is that right? 9,600?
Yeah.
Mike,
no 12
What?
times 9,
12 times 9, what is it?
108.
108.
Okay. See,
Beat ya.
mind you, my brain should work like that, but ever
Yeah.
since the sepsis, it just doesn't work. So anybody that's listening, my sepsis has effed up my head and his COVID has effed up his.
Yeah.
So we are not
If
what
I-
we should be.
If I interrupt, it's just because I know that if I don't,
You're going to forget it in
I'll-
2
I'll
seconds.
forget,
Yes, same
I'll
with
forget
me.
what I'm doing.
Yep.
So that's why I have to get it out, or I have to write it down because like I wrote overpay and I forgot what it was about. And I was
So
like,
what
ROI.
times 12 is 96? Is it 8? 8 times 12, 96?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, and I,
Um,
that normally I'm right there, but I can't.
first you said pay off the house faster than you said.
Yeah,
the
so
return value
absolutely.
is higher.
If I took that extra $600, Dawn, and I put it into our investments,
Yep.
we would make more money in the long run.
In theory, you would make more money in the long run. Yes.
But what I want to do is get that paid off as quickly as possible so that I don't have to worry about that $900 every month.
That's 100% it. So it's a personal worry.
Correct.
Right. People like you, me, and Mike, right? We don't enjoy the debt aspect of things.
Mm-mm.
We've all taken on the debt for the houses and stuff like that. But right, just peace of mind is worth more. Peace of mind to me is worth more than my 7 cents per dollar. Should it be in a financial world? Technically, not really. But again, Mike said he would do every dollar. You said you would do 175.
2/3 of it or
Right,
something.
pretty much. And I said I would only do a third of it, right?
Right.
Because I just know my natural, because like again, I would just hoard my money into a savings account that does nothing, because that's what I like. I don't say this because whatever, I say it because it's what the fuck I do.
We
right?
know what
Like,
type of investors
like,
we are.
it's an actual
Yes.
thing. Like right now, if I told you how much money I had in my bank account, 900% of the people that are listening to us would go, "You're fucking stupid. Like, why do you have that amount of cash?" And it's just literally personal stuff. It's, do I have other investments? Yes. Are they doing well? Oh, you could be making so much more. Look, the difference to me of $7 million net worth and $8.2 million net worth is, in my head, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I know that I'm going to do the best that I want to and the best that I can in my ability. I will have a shit ton of money. And so that, like, I come from nothing. So even if I left my kid $100,000, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's huge.
That's a shit ton of money.
So
Yeah,
100 grand to
thing-
everybody here is good money, right?
And the big
Yeah.
thing for me, why I'm probably investing 100% of any extra money I have, is I'm trying to catch up from the money I lost when I got divorced.
And yep, and you're playing
And
catch
so,
up.
yeah, I don't have the same like nest egg that you guys do at this point, because I had to give half
Yeah.
of whatever I made during that 7-ish year period to my ex-wife. So,
Yep. Well, and you look at Mike. Mike's a great example.
Yeah.
Okay, so I forget, Mike. You have a house right now that you purchase.
yes,
Okay, so now, and your kids, I want to say 10,
12 and
12
no,
and 8?
13 and 10.
13 and 10. Okay,
I want to say, Mike.
13 and 12. They're only
13
1
and
year
12.
apart.
but so
They're-
right,
yeah,
like
they're
he's
close.
got 8 years left of child support.
Mhm.
But like when child support falls off, then he has all that extra money that he can go in.
Basically, my daughter's in 6th grade, so it'll be a little over 6.
Okay.
Once they graduate, I'm done. I don't pay child support anymore.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, 6 plus 12.
Yeah.
See, this is horrible. Our math is horrible. But once that extra money, he can go invest, he can go do whatever he wants with it. So, I'm not saying that people are wrong by not overpaying for their house, right? I will say that if you don't, you need to invest all of it into investments.
Correct.
Like, if don't go buy a fucking car, don't go spend it on a dinner out, because I know, and that's the other thing, like if we talk about the 300 and I'd only do 100, the 200 of it I would go out to eat.
Yep.
I would, hey, we're not going to McDonald's, we're going to get steak tonight, that cost me $30 a person. Like,
So, and here's a great question. So I'm 44, you're 33, Mike's 46.
yep.
Mike, have you ever had a brand new car? Have you ever bought a brand new car?
When I bought the Civic that I had, I guess a couple years before I met my wife. That was actually in our, it had like, it was like one of those weird things that had been used for like I think they'd used it for
Demo
some
or
like,
something.
Yeah, my mom
it
had
had
a
like,
demo.
it had like 60 miles on it or
Yep.
something. They had
Yep.
used it, like somebody borrowed it for like driving
So that was what
somebody
year?
to like, yeah, it was considered new. But even this one I bought, even though it only had like 120 miles, somebody had purchased it and then basically sold it without putting anything on it. So I bought it as a certified used.
So the new car you bought, what year was that?
04?
So it was 2004. So we're talking 18 years ago. I'm 44.
Mhm.
I've never bought a brand new car ever. Nick, you're 33.
Mhm.
When's the last time you bought a brand new car?
No.
When do
The
you
the newest car we've ever owned, I want to say my Civic was an 08. That's right. No, so it has to be my Scion. My Scion is a 2010. And I bought that 7 years ago, so it's 2021. So
24 or 24?
Yeah.
14? 13 or
Yes.
14?
yeah, so I must have only bought like a 4-year-old car. Maybe it was 5 at the time. I don't remember. But so like that's the newest car. And then my wife at this time still drives and now she's an 05 Pilot. She had an 03. Because my truck's an 04. I mean, I've never the newest car I've ever bought was like 4 years old.
The first car I ever bought specifically for me that I bought
Yeah.
was my 2013 Equinox that's sitting outside, and I bought it in 16.
So
It's the first car I bought for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Before
the
that,
car
it had
was-
always been cars my mom had, decided to upgrade from, and she gave me the old one.
My Escape that I have now was, I mean, it was only 6 months, maybe old when I bought it. But again, it had somebody had bought it new, sold it. I probably saved $8,000 just by
Oh, yeah.
buying it.
oh yeah. Well, that's I
know.
mean, my Scion, I got lucky. The kid got caught with a DUI.
Mhm.
Comes from a really rich. It's like a story that you can only make up.
Yeah.
But Daddy owned a company. They had 5 numbered cars down in their basement of this business.
Yeah.
Like they're all plated. Mine's a plated, right? Mine's one of 2,000 ever created. But originally, when the car came out, it was $27,000 or $25,000. I don't remember. The kid, I had some road rash on my rims, and I picked it up for $6,300, and it had 33,000 miles on it. Right? I wasn't not going to buy this.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and it's lasted me, and the only thing I've ever done to it is tires and brakes.
So we've definitely gotten a little bit off of topic
No,
here because we were going to talk about year in review, but I really like where this is going.
Yeah.
So again, because the question's been asked, why would we do these things? You have to, when you're looking at money, you have to understand what type of person you are.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm always the type of person that, because I've had debt in the past, because I filed bankruptcy at one point in life, I don't want debt.
Right. It scares you.
It does. It
Right,
scares the hell out of me.
because you know that if anything, and that's okay. So if I only owed
Mhm.
10K,
Yep.
right, which is about the price of a car, right? Like,
Yeah.
for somebody like me, or
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
right? If I had 10K, I don't think I'd overpay for my house too much, right? It's kind of those are like numbers where I can go work side little jobs and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Now, if I lose my job or you lose your job,
Yeah.
you can't pay for that house. So I guess I don't want to be in debt or owe money on something that I can't easily get myself out of.
Yes.
And for 100 grand, or your case 96, I think I owe 76 on my house currently. Okay, yes. Do I have $76,000 in cash? Yes, I do. Okay, right. But I don't want to take that, spend it, and have nothing, right?
Right.
Like, so the faster I can get that thing paid off, and trust me, the day that I had the amount of money in my bank account to pay my house off,
That was
probably-
a great day.
probably like top 5 greatest financial moments I can remember in my life.
Oh yeah.
I remember getting the first $100 in my account. I remember getting the first $1,000 in my account, right? Seeing that extra zero. I remember $10,000, right? Like, those were really big milestones for me. I remember hitting 100 grand. Like, I'm not gonna lie to people. I remember like that was an awesome feeling.
Yep.
Like it was so cool. Having enough to pay off my house was a fantastic feeling. So like, I don't have my house paid off,
Yes.
right? And people go, why? If you have the money, why don't you? Again, because I'm scared of money in that aspect. You know, and why are you paying 3% interest if you can get out of it? Well, you know, I also have $50 million in real estate debt. So, but really in the end, all I care about is my house.
Yeah.
You know, if I lost all the rest of it, it would suck, but really in the end, that's fine with me. So I think really it's that personal feeling of knowing, oh shit, I can't come up with $80,000, you know, $96,000. I can't do it today, tomorrow. So I want to get that down as quick as possible to where I have a feasible number, you know, because honestly, here, you know, granted, what's your car worth?
I could probably sell it for $7,000-8,000.
$7,000-8,000. Okay.
Yep.
So now if you owed $7,000-8,000 in your house, you lost your job tomorrow,
Mhm.
would you sell your car?
If I needed to, yeah,
Right.
sure.
So like, right. Because you want to get to that point where you have enough money, even if it's worth like all your stuff that's in your house, just to sell it, just to make sure you kept that house. Right.
Well, and again, I work from home.
Yeah.
So I have to have my home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying if you didn't, right, if you lost the job, like, you know, for other people that are out there.
But even if I lost my job,
Mhm.
I work from home. I'm not willing to go into an office
Right.
again.
Right. So, yes, I'm doing my interview from my couch, please.
And I'm not turning on the camera because I am not wearing pants.
Right. So, so you know, like I guess it's just really that feeling that I can't do it without giving up everything I've ever really worked for.
Yes.
Right. Like, you know, I know, you know, I say this to people all the time. I'm like, look, you know, if you looked at all the stuff that you owned, you know, all your
Mhm.
autograph things, everything,
Yes.
would you sell it all to pay your house off?
If I had to, yeah.
Right. If you had to, but you don't have to. So
I
like
don't
that-
have to, so I'm not.
So that's why people don't,
Correct.
you know, people don't have to pay their house off. They don't have to do these things. But the financially smart thing, in our opinion, is right. Get that thing kind of lowered, right? Or I'll give both sides credit, or invest every effing dime. But again, we know that you wouldn't, because you'd go get autographs, and you don't invest every dime right now.
I don't,
Like-
because I buy stuff.
Right. We're all drinking beer right now.
We are, and it's not cheap beer.
Right. And it's all beer.
We're not buying Pabst Blue Ribbon. I mean, you are, but we're not.
My brother bought it for me for Christmas.
I know.
So,
So
99 pack. I got 90 to go.
somebody's drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, but it's not Mike or I.
But even at that, like you know, if you look at life, all you need is, you know, electric, gas, stuff like that. You need some type of food, right? Very, very cheap, like ramen and a head of lettuce,
Yep.
like to healthy wise.
Yeah, we did an episode on
Right.
cheap meals.
But like, right, so you just need the bare minimum, and then you should be investing every single dime. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like, oh, hey, you know, no, don't use your car to go anywhere that you don't absolutely need to. Don't do anything like, you're not buying bats, you're not buying a
Yeah.
fucking visor hat, you're not buying this hat. Like, we're not buying t-shirts to promote our business, right? Yes, you need clothes, but you don't need, you know, you could go get the 25 cents, right? You would live the minimalist lifestyle you possibly could.
I need to send Buck a message right now to find out what kind of what size shirt.
What
he
size
wears.
shirt wears? Yeah, I say. Right. So like that's just the idea. So to me, if you're not investing every single dime, you're still living somewhat of a life. Good, live somewhat of a life and pay your damn house off. So, Mike, are you overpaying for your house?
Yeah, it doesn't equate to much. It's maybe close to about 100 per month.
Well, that's a crap ton compared to a lot of people. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like, you say it doesn't equate, but it really does.
I think my interest rate when I bought it was still only about. Actually, no, it probably was a little higher. It was probably close to 4.
Sure. I have the highest interest rate of all of us. I want you to know that.
I'm sure you do, because you do not refinance while this.
I'm 4 1/4 right now.
Yeah, I was 3.75 before I refied.
Yeah. And say it's weird because I think my primary residence is my highest interest rate. All of my investments are much lower.
I totally believe
Well,
it.
except for like land contracts, right? I mean, I have.
I'm debating looking into a refi and seeing what it would benefit me
So
with.
while we're talking about that right now, I just got a message that said, should Mike refinance? Mike, I will send you Rob's number and you should send him a message.
Well, so actually, it's funny because I just talked to Rob this morning because I was talking to my buddy who refied his house. I don't think it's honestly worth it for Mike to refi.
You don't think so?
No, Rob from this morning, 15-year is at 3.375 to 3.5% right now.
But I'm at 30, so even if it's the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be higher on a 30-year, so you figure you're going to be up.
No, but I'm
around
saying, but if I can get the same, I know if I do a 15-year, even at that low percentage, it's going to be more I'm going to be paying more per month.
Right. And, the only way I'm going to do it is if I get 3% again. So, because I'll drop 1.5 or 1.25. But
So because we do love Rob Delator
yeah,
from loandepot.com.
yep.
Shout out to Rob.
We did an episode with him.
We did do an episode with him and he went down to the Keys in Florida and wore our shirt.
He did.
I'm sending his information to Mike right now so Mike can get hopefully a better thing. Buck is very happy we're going to bring him a shirt. He needs an XL, so we need to find that.
Yeah.
I can't believe he wears an XL. He's not a big guy.
Well, the thing with Rob,
But he's tall.
He's very tall. He is.
the thing with Rob that I like is
Yeah.
Mike, you'll call Rob and you'll say, hey, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking. And Rob he's just honest. He's like,
He is.
I would do it or I wouldn't do it. Right. This doesn't make sense. Yes, it does make sense. Like, because
I got a hold of him for Caitlin's loan and I said, hey, this is what I'm looking at. And he goes, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do any better for her. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Thank you.
I say as much as he wants it, but like, no, that's
Again, he's like us. He's a straight shooter.
yeah, 100%.
Love the shit out of Rob.
Yeah.
I give his number to everybody now.
Yeah.
One deal he did for me.
My
I give his
interest
number to
rate
everybody.
might be higher than I think, because my credit wasn't great when I bought this house, because buying this house was another one of those things that helped, get my credit up to the point where it's, in
Shoot
that-
him a message. Tell him that you're a third of Bucks and Brews.
And
Yeah, you didn't know what he can do for you.
so
I'm the behind the scenes guy.
let's pull up our list of
Episodes so we can keep talking about what we did over the year.
yeah, we talked about Rob and having him on talking about
We did, yes.
mortgages.
This jumped me back. So we talked about New Year, New You.
Yep.
We did dividend stocks at the end of January.
That's what got Mike started
It did, yes.
Started, yeah.
Then we had how to make more money.
because Mike went and did it.
And Mike did. He went and he made more money. Then we talked about Amazon news, which I believe was Jeff Bezos stepping down
down,
as CEO,
Yep.
and meme stocks, because that was when
Yeah. GameStop.
GameStop and what's the AMC,
Yep.
the Reddit users went
Yeah.
and basically screwed over investors
Yep.
by shorting those stocks. That was awesome. And then we had one of Mike's favorite episodes, which was Nick and I fighting about minimum wage.
Yeah. Say we still
Was fun.
we still have that conversation.
So, side note here, I'm driving to Chicago yesterday to go to the Bulls game.
Yep.
With my daughter. First Bulls game I ever went to, mind you. I've been a Bulls fan since the Michael Jordan years, and those 6 titles were the greatest thing I lived through as a collective
Sports fan.
bundle of years.
Sure.
So like the Cubs championship in 16 was just more than anything I could hope for. The Bears Super Bowl in 85 was great. But when you have like a dynasty like that, it's just worldly.
Yeah.
So finally I'm at the point I can afford Bulls tickets and they're good. We went yesterday, and on the way I said to Caitlin, I'm like, hey, did you listen to the Millennial Money Witch episode that Nick and I did? And she goes, no, I haven't yet. And I'm like, it was really good. You should listen to it. And she goes, well, let's listen to it now.
Yeah.
And I went, great. So we got a 3-hour drive and it's 2 hours.
Say.
So we listened to it, and I asked her, and she's like, this is really interesting. She did great. And I'm like, yeah, she really did. And she goes, she really pushes you and Nick. I'm like, yeah, she really does. And I can't wait to have Jessie on again, because she was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Easily my favorite episode of the year.
Good.
My number 2 favorite episode, I bet, is your favorite episode of the year. Bharat
Yeah.
was number 2. Number 3, we might have the same number 3, and we'll get to that in a minute. So after minimum wage, we talked to a relative of yours.
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
On owning a Subway franchise.
Yep.
That was eye-opening because we sat there, you and I complained specifically about the fact they got rid of roast beef and we only ordered the Subway Club.
Yeah.
And I sent you a text, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. And what did I say, Nick?
They got roast beef back.
They got roast beef back, and now there's a Subway Club again. So I want to say it here right now. Bucks and Brews is the reason there is a Subway Club.
You're welcome.
You are definitely welcome.
Yeah.
So after that one, we went to a poor person's mindset and the fear of investing, which, you know, again, I think that's something that a lot of people, especially a lot of listeners of ours, have issues with. You know, not necessarily having the poor person's mindset, but definitely the fear of investing.
Well, you know, you look at Dawn, and I mean,
Yeah.
the question that she asked was, you know, why would you pay for your house, or, you know, like, why would you invest here instead of this? And
Yes.
you know, people are so scared. You know, she said, or, you know, I think you had said it where it was, you know, hey, you can lose money at any point, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can lose money investing, right? And that scares people. They don't want to lose money. They don't, you know, nobody gets in their head the fact of history, because history doesn't always, you know, history, they say, always repeats itself, but like, doesn't have it, you know, when it repeats itself, nobody wants to feel the 08.
Right.
No, you know, nobody wants to feel, hey, my stock, or, you know, my 401 just went from $1 million to $300,000, right?
Which does happen.
You know, I mean, it's a scary thing. Like, you're sitting on
And
cloud
part of
nine.
it too is you never hear the success stories of investing.
No.
You hear the horror stories of investing. You hear Bernie Madoff's of, you know, the Ponzi schemes. People lost a ton of money, and, you know, you hear, you know, people investing in companies like Enron that were, you know, basically cheating. And
Yep.
like
Well,
that.
again, even if we go, let's say 5 years ago, Mike,
Mhm.
did you sit there and look at your money 5 years and go and say, oh yeah, I should be investing because I'm going to retire? Or did you go, man, I need to make sure I have enough money so that, you know, food's on the table and I'm taking care of the things I need to, and we can take a vacation?
5 years ago, it was I was about halfway between. I was
Okay,
in
so-
the needing to make sure I had enough money to live, but also knowing I wanted to eventually retire.
Right. And you know, looking back 5 years ago, for me, I'm 39. I'm sitting there going, yeah, retirement's an option now, but I need to make sure I'm paying for the things I need to pay for right now.
Well, and I think that's a big key is, you know, when you look at it, to invest in a 401k is very scary, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I can't touch,
401k, IRA, anything.
I can't touch that money until 59 and a
Right.
half, right? Like, so as a 21-year-old, now 33 years old, like, that's still 20 some years away, where I can barely pay for the things I want to do now. I don't want to put money away that I can't touch. Like, to have money that you can't touch scares the shit out of me.
So and Ashley's a great example. We had Ashley on, we talked about, you know, her paying off things.
Yep.
And, you know, at the time we were hoping she would get a new job, and she ended up getting that new job.
Yep.
And one of the first things I said was, all right, have we set up your 403b? And she's like, yeah, I haven't gotten around to it. And I'm like, yeah, that needs to happen. It needs to happen right now.
Yep.
And you need to take and put aside 10%,
At least.
not, you know, 6% so you can get the 3% match, but 10% so you're getting 13.
Right.
You're at an age where you don't need that money. Yes, you do. You want to move out, you want to get a new car. Great. But you're making, you know, let's just,
She doubled her money.
yeah, let's just say you're making $10 an hour more, but you're working, you know, 25 hours more a week. You have extra here to draw from. And oh, we're super ugly. It's probably because I'm loud.
Yeah. So
So I'll move back a little bit. So Dawn brings up a great point here while we're talking about that. She said, stupid thing is that a lot of people who wouldn't want to lose money are the same people that are going to casinos hoping to get lucky, and their chances are better if they just invested instead of gambling. So
well,
Nick's a gambler.
but I see, yeah.
I like to gamble on sports,
Yeah.
but again, you have a gambling mentality,
Oh yes.
so you don't seek that out necessarily,
On occasion.
but it's not a constant.
But I'm very responsible with it.
Correct. And same with me. I look at it and I'm like, ooh, if I put $5 on this,
Yeah.
I could win 3. But if I parlay it with this, and this, I could win 50.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's worth the $5 for me to try and parlay that to win 50.
Yep.
And sometimes I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll take the $3. So we didn't hit anything.
Huh.
Am I still super echoey like this?
Yeah.
I don't hear you
so-
being echoey.
You do?
I don't.
Oh, I'm still.
So we must be echoing on Twitch.
We must be echoing on Twitch. How's that, Don? A little better.
So,
Anyways,
but but the problem with gambling, is I put $25 down on blackjack. I win $25 right then and there.
correct.
Right. Slot machines. I'm not a huge slot machine fan, but I do play them.
Yeah.
And especially now because, right, like I'll put $100 into a dollar machine, play $5 a spin or whatever it is, and it's because I know like, hey, $86,000 in one draw. I mean, that's a really good return on investment. And it's instant payout, right? Where sure, if I put the $100 in, I know for a fact that that's going to look like $10,000 when I'm ready, right? It's a guarantee that's going to be $10,000. In 40 years. But why don't I? Because there's that itch, that want.
So I know this. We're going on a cruise in October.
We are.
Mike and Nick and I and Caitlin and Dawn and Courtney.
Yeah.
And I know at some point Nick and Dawn are going to be in the casino trying to win a free cruise.
Oh, it's not a if it's a guarantee. I'm going to.
I didn't say if.
Yeah.
I said I know at some point
like-
Nick and Dawn are
No.
going to be in the casino trying to win a free trip.
It's not trying to. Like, I'm going to win a free cruise. Like, it's a guarantee, right? Like, I already have money that I'm saving aside. I have nightstand money, right? Like,
Hell yeah.
people don't understand that. Like, I literally will go to the blackjack table with $500 and I will spend it.
She's going to go play slots, but that's fine.
I'll find her on the slot machine eventually. Like, if I lose $100 on blackjack or whatever, off of like really quickly, yeah, no, I mean, I'm out.
Mike and I are happy to win a little rubber keychain that says Royal Caribbean by winning rock and roll
James-
trivia.
Yeah, name that too. Trivia.
That
Yeah.
too.
Which we're gonna win this year. Let's say.
We were a little cocky last year. We
that's it. Let's
we
say.
won the first one, and we're like, we're gonna win 80s, and we're gonna win classic rock, and we got our ass kicked in both.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm guaranteed I'm winning another. Because I think it's only what, like, you spend $300 or $500,
Something like that,
you get a
yeah.
free cruise.
Yeah.
Shit,
Free 3 nights.
it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly,
Oh, she's leaving now because we're echoing too much, and I turned it down twice.
say,
Bye, Dawn. I guess I can try it one more time. Here, stick on for a minute. Here we go. I turned it down a little bit. Maybe.
yeah,
Either way, I think it's just Twitch that gets us really loud, honestly.
yeah, and I say I don't think anything really changed on our end. So, but now what's the next episode?
So after the poor person's mindset, we had college decisions with Professor David Seawick.
Yeah,
We had David on like 3 or 4 times this year, and it was great every time.
yeah. So he's a very smart guy.
He is a very smart guy, and one of my he might be my oldest friend. Him and his brother Dan,
There you go.
because I've known them since early elementary school.
Wow.
Then we had your insurance questions answered. That was your buddy TJ.
Yeah, with TJ. Yep.
Yeah. And then we did gig jobs, which Mike was the star of gig jobs because he had started doing DoorDash.
Yeah.
And then we got an update from Vanessa on her debt.
Yep.
Which was, she had good updates this year. I mean,
Yeah.
so full disclosure, Nick was not as happy with the last one because he really wanted to hear the Disney was paid off,
See that it was paid, yeah.
and it wasn't, and he was a little bummed.
But I mean, she's made progress.
She
and
has
that's
made
amazing.
progress.
And she has a goal, right? Like
Mhm.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy that she's got the goals. She's got the things set. Like I just every time I hear, like, how you get your hopes up and
Yeah.
hey, we have an update. Awesome. I'm freaking excited for this because like she's knocked it out of the
You,
park. the
you
past
want
couple.
home runs every time, and this time she hit like a double.
Right. I mean, and hey, yeah, I still got this. And dude, I'm okay with it.
So the next one was the Beer Me episode with the guys from the Beer Me podcast.
Yep. That was fun. We did that at Osgood Brewing.
It was at Osgood Brewing. We had a really good time. Mike came up for that. Then we did our financial journey where you and I talked about the shit we've gone through and how we got to where we're at. And then we talked about how to create wealth. What is it? How to create it.
Yep.
And then we went to my third favorite episode of the year.
Yeah.
The baseball,
The baseball
episode,
episode. There you
which
go.
had almost nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
But a whole lot to do with baseball. It was a pretty popular episode too. Then we went to, honestly, what I think more people should listen to this one. Why should you pay yourself first?
Yeah.
And I don't think people do this enough. They really need to do it more often.
Well, I mean, if they did, more people would listen to it,
Mm.
right? I mean, I guess there's a lot you can. It's funny because looking at our views and our listens and,
Yeah.
and how they go, you can just tell where people's interests are, and it's not a bad thing. But it's
No,
you
a lot of investment stuff,
You
a lot
should-
of stocks.
should pay yourself, right?
You definitely should. Not as popular as it should have been, but people should go back and listen to that to
Yep.
figure it out. Then we have random things we haven't gotten to, which is probably exactly what it sounds like. I don't know what we talked about, but it was probably great.
Yep.
Then we did a Pops and Pennies,
We did, yeah. So
which we need to do more Pops and Pennies.
we do.
Um,
That is one of our goals for this year.
Yes, getting kids started early is what we did that time. Then we did another Pops and Pennies.
Yep.
Things you can do with your giving jar.
Yep. So we talked about our 3-jar system.
We
and-
did the jars, they work.
Yeah.
I know Christy has her son Ethan working on his 3 jars all the time, and he's excited to put money in those.
That's great.
We got Eric's debt update, which I've heard from Eric in the last couple months here, and he has a huge update.
Yeah.
He does. We have to get him back on. Then we started posting some old stuff.
Yep.
The before Bucks and Brews. We posted our first ever episode that we recorded.
Yeah.
Then we talked with a 21-year-old, which was Ashley.
Was Ashley. Yep.
And this was before she got her new job, and now she has her new job and she's settling into that. That's good for her. We had a couple more, 3 more before Bucks and Brews that we posted, which was getting money now, credit cards, and reactions. No, that was a Bucks and Brews. Sorry. Reactions to businesses that support social causes. We had Betty's pages on.
Yep. That was a good episode.
That was a really good episode. So Nicole's going to come on again.
Okay.
We're going to have Nicole, Dawn, who owns Break Room Therapy, and then Gavin and possibly Deanna, who owns Tardy's Collector's Quarter. And on Friday, they open Tardy's Underground in Allegan.
Oh, really? Good for
They
them.
do. They have opened a new location.
Good for them.
Mike and I will be going to check that out on Friday.
Thanks for ruining that surprise. for me.
Sorry. And honestly, Jesse DeSilva,
Yep.
is going to be on the Millennial Money Witch because we're going to discuss, because 2 of them are millennials and one of them is a Gen Xer who said, fuck it, we don't like regular corporate business anymore. We're going to go do our own stuff.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that's going to be a great episode. So that'll be coming up hopefully next month or 2.
Yep.
Finding a rental deal and knowing it's a deal. This was one of Nick's special,
Yeah.
because Nick is very passionate about rentals and real estate
itself,
investing.
yeah.
We had a couple before Bucks and Brews, good habits and bad habits.
Yep.
We were going to do 1 episode on that way back in the day before Bucks and Brews, and it ended up being 2 episodes because we couldn't shut up.
We can't ever.
Another Nick special, looking to buy a fixer-upper.
Yep.
Then we did our anniversary show, not the anniversary of Bucks and Brews, mind you, but the anniversary of the first time we hit record.
Yeah. Say. Yeah.
Then one of our very popular episodes, which I do not have any recollection of because I was really, really sick.
Yeah, day trading.
Day trading in individual stocks.
Yep.
Um,
Don't worry, I carried us on that one.
you definitely did. And then a couple of weeks later, when I thought I wasn't dying, right before I went back into the hospital, we had what's been going on in the last month to discuss why we hadn't done anything in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then I had a Vanessa update while Nick was on vacation.
Yeah, I say.
When I decided I wasn't going to die anymore and I was going to try and live a normal life. Nick came back. This would be late July, and we did What is a Living Wage?
Yeah, which is I say different for both you and I.
Definitely is. The beginning of August, we talked about current financial news because there was a lot of stuff going on, and we just kind of wanted to hit what was up.
Mhm.
And then we did not meet again until the end of August because we had a lot of stuff going on. And again, we just did updates on stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
So it was quick hits on a lot of different financial stuff. And then we had Jim in.
Yep.
Because we wanted to talk about sign-on, retention, and referral bonuses and whether they were worth it. And that was a couple weeks after.
I really enjoyed that episode.
I did as well. I was fully in we thought I couldn't drink.
Yep.
So Jim and I both drank tea while Nick had a beer or two.
Yeah, I say just because you can't doesn't mean I can't.
Very true story.
Yep.
And then a week later, we had Mackenzie in. And we talked to her on what it's like to struggle as a 19-year-old, and Nick about lost his shit.
Oh, yeah, I say I do remember almost losing my shit on this girl.
That would go with the but I just kind of want to hang out.
Right. What are you doing?
I'm just kind of hanging out.
Just yeah, I say, money's a struggle, but I'm doing nothing, nothing to help myself.
I'd sent her a message a couple months ago. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have a part-time position open with Dawn's business, and she goes, "No, I got a job, coach." I'm like, good for you.
Yeah. Say, there you go.
Then we had on Marvin Storm, who I think Nick still owes a sticker to.
I know, yeah. So Marvin, it's on the way, I swear. I got you.
Marvin's an entrepreneur, and he talked about how to sell his business, which we had a nice conversation with Marvin. I think some of the guests that we've had on haven't gotten specific enough for us.
That one
was not specific enough.
It was one of those, I don't think we dove enough into. I think it's probably because it could be such a broad thing, right? Like every business is so different to sell, but it's like, I wanted to get into even in more depth of it, right? Like, hey, how to look into, your financials, how to do this. Like, we talked about a lot of things and we gave great knowledge. But to me, it just, I wanted more, right?
Right. So after Marvin, we had listener questions, which was mortgages, retirement, and the debt ceiling.
Yep.
So we kind of hit on all of those things. And then right before our cruise, I guess we did a couple of these right before the cruise. One of them was Ndamukong Sioux.
Yep.
We talked about Ndamukong Sioux.
That was after the cruise, I thought.
This one was posted on October 15th, so it must have been right before.
Maybe right. Okay.
Sioux, job shortages and retirement.
Yep.
Which, mind you, I have reached out to Ndamukong Sioux to see if he would like to come on an episode, and I have not heard dick back from him.
That's too bad.
It is too bad. I think he'd have a lot of fun talking to us.
I think so. I let him do a lot of talking too.
Yeah.
Let's say we I want to go back to that one, right?
Yeah,
where it was the listeners' questions. Guys, we love that episode. I mean, we love being able to give you the knowledge of exactly what you're asking for, right? I mean, and when we did it, we got great feedback on it. So really, if you have any questions out there and you're listening, or you're finding this, even if it's not this month or next month, like, hey, we want to hear your questions and we'll definitely get them as we can.
Well, and part of the thing we loved about this episode is we had my wife on asking question after question, and that drives the conversation.
So, and as you said, it's something that you should be doing at home, but you're doing it here, like,
and that's fine.
It's completely fine. Like, I don't care. To me, like, right on the outside looking, that was a huge victory for me as your friend.
Yep.
That was a huge victory for this thing. But really, like, again, I just got a couple to talk about financials that they never do.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that you and I complain about a lot. I wish my wife would talk to me more about the financial. I wish she cared
Took
more.
an interest
Right.
in what we're doing financially.
I get that you understand that we're financially okay, but like, I want you to
Yeah.
you know,
Ask these questions so you understand why I do what I do.
right.
So right before we went on our cruise, we did real estate talk, which again,
Yeah.
geared towards Nick because he loves the real estate. And then we came back from our cruise and we talked about Brady's 600th touchdown pass,
Yep.
cruise talk,
Yep.
and how to save on the cruise,
That's right.
and Bohemian beer.
Bohemian beer,
Yep.
which I'll have some.
Yes, you will. Then I posted a couple before Bucks and Brews.
Yeah.
Do this, don't do that, and starting a small business. So Jackie, who is a Star Wars friend, she asked some questions on starting a small business.
Yeah.
So I sent her that episode. And I'm happy to announce that she just now opened her small business.
Really?
She did.
This is so, gosh, what an amazing time for
Yeah.
us. Good job, man.
She
That's
did.
like-
She opened her small business. It's
Yeah.
official.
What is it?
So she paints.
Okay.
So she opened
We'll have her on for an episode, but
I have told her that honestly, and she's happy to come on at some point. I'm gonna find what her business is called because I do not
Yeah.
remember because I'm a shitty friend.
and right, so like we have these certain things in our life where we love to take recognition for the things that we've done, right? And because we love that feedback.
We do.
Mike, one of our biggest things for David and I is like the fact that you went out and got this extra thing after we did a dividend thing, and you're like, hey, this is where I want to invest. Like, to us, that's freaking huge, man. You know, to you, you're like, hey, I did it because of this. And to see our words actually get put to some type of use is just amazing to me.
So you keep talking while I'm looking for those.
Say, Mike, did you have a favorite episode by chance?
I mean, it's mixed. I enjoyed the divorce episode just because, I was a bit more involved in that one than I think I have been in previous ones.
Sure.
I really enjoyed the baseball one.
Yeah. Say, yeah, that was a fun Saturday
Like I
morning.
said, the
It
minimum
was.
wage one with the two of you fighting was hilarious.
No, and I think to me, I don't know. I really enjoy every episode and what they offer and the different things that go with it. I love having guests that bring us knowledge. We talked about Jesse and we talked about Barat. The fact that somebody put a valuation on all of the forests that are out there, right? Like, just blows my mind, right? You get
Brooklyn
paid,
Bridge.
right? A bridge, to me, that's and right. And he's running a business from a different country, right? He has 0 employees here.
So Jackie's business is the Arbor Witch, WYTCH LLC.
Yeah, there we go.
So check that out. Jackie has her new business. It's official as of yesterday.
Nice.
She'll be selling her art, and then she has some other ideas to do. And I told her that we would love to have her on at some point to talk about how it was opening her own business, and she is more than happy to do that at some point.
Yeah,
So that'll be awesome.
that'd be huge.
So then we had Caitlin on,
Okay.
budgeting after a work absence,
Yep.
and she gets to have another surgery at some point here, and she'll be out another 6 weeks.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
That's
another
too
wrist
bad.
surgery. It's gonna suck.
That's too bad.
It is. Then we did a holiday savings because we were getting ready for Black Friday,
Yep.
and we wanted to give people some tips on how to save.
Yeah.
Which we did a TikTok after that.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Hey, how do we save holiday?" And we're like, "Hey, we just did that episode. Go listen."
Yep.
After that, we did a couple in their 20s with kids saving for the future. So that was Kimmy and Greg.
Yep.
They came in and we talked to them, and they asked a lot of great questions.
Yep.
She keeps sending me messages. She's like, "Hey, we just opened up Betterment. Hey, we just did this. Hey, we just did that."
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
"This is awesome."
Yeah, it's amazing.
So she'd really like to come on again with Greg a little later when the kids are in bed,
Okay.
so that they have more time to talk. Then we had what Mike talked about, divorce finances and questions, which he came up and helped with because out of the three of us, he is the only divorcee.
You have the most experience, my man. Way to go. Nailed it. Say.
Then we had Anthony Pierre on,
Yeah,
and we talked to him. He ended up going to jail for a while.
which was really fun because
Yeah.
you enjoyed this episode.
I did enjoy this episode.
I, on the other hand,
Did
was
not as much.
right. You know, and it's nothing against him. I like him. I like his story.
Yeah. You
But-
want more specifics.
And I've sat
Yeah.
through so many by my program because
Yes.
we give free knowledge, right?
We do.
Yes. Is there a point that we hope to offer some stuff that you have to pay for?
Sure.
Yes, right? Like we're,
You can right now join our Patreon and you get to watch all of our live TikToks that we do.
there you go. Right.
It's $1 a month.
Right, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, we're not out, but like with the real estate things, I've just listened to so many
Yeah.
of these things, and I'm like, oh man, it's another pitch. But to you, like, and it was funny to get your
It
input on
was.
it because you're like, oh man, that sounds great. Like I'd like to see it, and I was like, huh, you know, but it's because you have zero knowledge. in that
I've
game,
never been
right?
through
Like,
any of that stuff.
I have like because I'm not old enough for Carlton Sheets, but that's all you hear about.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to these real estate. I'm not Carlton Sheets trying to pitch you on stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't fucking know who that is. And congrats, maybe like, but you know he did a fucking huge great job because everybody talks about it, right?
So
It's like every magician or comedian
Yeah.
standing up, their first line out of their mouth, right? Hi, I'd like to thank you all for coming to my Amway presentation. And it's like, everybody starts with that damn joke. And it's like, all right, cool. So you've been through it enough. You're like, it's not funny after the millionth time.
so we did talk about having Anthony back on. Do you remember why?
Because he was getting everything started.
Yeah, but what was he specifically doing?
I don't know. Oh, he started.
He was trying to come out with a game.
Yeah, game. Yeah, which was huge.
Yeah, and you and I love games.
We were both very excited. Like
Yeah.
that was one thing that made it like even. I was like, oh, now I'm game for this.
When his game comes out, if his game comes out, we are totally having him back on to talk about his fucking game. 'Cause
Yeah.
we love games.
And that's something I'll let him pitch. right?
Yeah.
like hey, buy into it, right? Because it's something that isn't normal.
So then we had your favorite episode, Barat.
I really enjoyed that episode.
Barat was great. That's my second favorite episode. Then we had my favorite, which was the Millennial Money Witch,
Yep.
Jessie.
Yep.
She was phenomenal. We went 2 hours with her and we could have gone 4.
Oh yeah. Let's say, and you know, one thing I will tell anybody, David, you and I do not agree upon a lot of things.
No.
Mike's favorite episodes are us arguing.
Mhm.
One thing I will say though is, right, like you and I, we've never gotten into I'm getting the fuck out of this room, like I can't stand you.
Right.
We have educated conversations.
Yes.
Yes, we'll get heated and we'll laugh and do because like both of us are like, we're not gonna calm down. But we're both very respectful in our conversation. We both have valid points and we both understand that hey, there is two sides. You don't think my side is valid at all. I think your side is stupid too. It's like you guys see that? Mine wasn't valid, his is stupid. It's like,
But when we look at it,
Yeah.
I mean, literally all we have to ask is this. You want to go do karate in the garage?
yup,
Do we just become best friends?
yup. So
So I mean, stupid shit like that. I mean, we're right there.
that's it. Like, you know, I'm personally like excited about that type of a thing. Because she had a great conversation with us, right? She, you know, I gave her, especially my side of things. You agreed with her a heck of a lot more.
Very educated
Yes.
advice from her.
Right. You know, her thought of minimum wage is $25 an hour. And I like, yes, I agree with some of the things that she said, but I also disagree. Like there's so many other routes that you can go and people want this quick fix. And I'm really about this long-term, right, change forever. Because like, again, my thought is if you go to 15, if you go to 25, right, everything is going to go up, everything, and you're just going to be back to the same fucking problem. No, fix the problem, right? Like, I don't want, you know,
Well, one of
you
the
hear
things-
from contractors.
One of the things you said in that episode was probably the thing that struck with me the most. If you want to make these changes, it has to be the collective doing it. It has to be the entire nation.
Yeah.
It can't be, oh, I don't like that. So, I own XYZ company and we're going to pay $18 an hour.
Right.
Dan Price is a great example. So Dan Price is like, fuck this. We're going to pay $70,000 to everybody. I don't know why everybody doesn't do this, because this is what it's done for our business. It's grown us exponentially.
Mhm.
And everybody else is like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to pay that because I'm the CEO and I want to get a $15 million bonus. And if I pay them $70,000 instead of 30, I'm not getting a $15 million bonus. So fuck them.
Well, and we look at Seattle, right? First place to do $15 minimum wage. Or
Yep.
whatever. And right, like we can feel the effects over here and stuff like that. But there's already other places that average wage was already above 15. But like, it didn't change that area, right? Like, I mean, I wish we could say it did, but it didn't. They were some of the biggest riot areas, right? I mean, I personally think that it takes the nation to figure everything out, and you can't do that, especially with the split mindset of people.
So our last new episode was Jesse, the Millennial Money Witch, and then Nick got sick.
Yep.
So we posted some before Bucks and Brews. We had Dave Ramsey's plan and our thoughts, which were Nick's like, yeah, some of Ramsey stuff's okay. It works. It doesn't work. Fine, whatever.
Yep.
And mine was fuck Dave Ramsey. I'm going to say that again. Fuck Dave Ramsey. I'm not a fan, and I never have been, and I don't think I ever will be. After that, we posted how investments work.
Yep.
Vanessa can't. Oh, I'm wrong.
Vanessa had
an update. That was the last new episode we did. So we talked to Vanessa, and then we had some other quick financial news that we had on.
Yep.
And then a couple more before Bucks and Brews. It was the FIRE movement, which financial independence, retire early.
Yep.
Get early.
Yep. And then we did cheap meals and other things you can cut, which was one of Nick's favorites, because buy a fucking head of lettuce and eat salad every day.
Son of a bitch, man. Like, I will challenge anybody. I will challenge anybody to a financial, like if somebody said, hey, you can't live off of X amount of dollars just on food, like give me that challenge. And like, dude, think about this. I'm this fucking big. Okay. Right. We can agree. I'm a big dude.
Yep.
You're a big dude.
Yep.
If you gave me a price amount and that's all I can spend on food, I guarantee I would make it.
Yep.
Right.
Ramen with hot dogs in it.
What's that?
Ramen with hot dogs in it.
Right. Like, and if I had to, I wouldn't even have the ramen. I'd have the hot dogs or just the ramen.
So I got a story for you.
Yeah.
I'm friends with a guy on Twitter who is a regular caller to 670 The Score, which is a sports radio station that I listen to all the time.
Yep.
And somebody was bitching and moaning in Chicago about Portillo's.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Portillo's. And they were bitching because you have to, if you want to eat in Portillo's, you now have to show a vaccination card and your ID. And this guy's like, fuck this. I'll never eat at Portillo's again, and fuck Portillo's and blah, 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 blah. So he posts this and I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to be in Chicago next week. I'll go to Portillo's. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, David's going to pay the $8 that they're losing from you at Portillo's. I'm like, fuck that. I'm bringing my daughter too. So I went yesterday and I sent him a message while I'm sitting in Portillo's eating my hot dog. And I said, just so you know, my daughter and I spent $15 at Portillo's today. And he tweeted it back up. He's like, fuck you, John. These people spent $15 at Portillo's today.
I say, and you know what? Like, I wear my mask. I didn't for Christmas with family.
And what happened?
And I got COVID.
Yes.
Right. Let's say lapse of judgment because, right. I mean, you would think that you're always safe around your family and stuff like that. And I'm there for the holidays. I'm not there for this virus. Right. Like, on
the way in, speaking of that. So I called Christy, who I work with. And I said, hey, I'm doing an episode with Nick tonight. Do we need to mask up? And she starts looking at the stuff and she goes, no, you should be good. I'm like, all right, I just want to make sure we don't need to mask up before.
Right.
Because if we got to mask up and talk, we'll do that.
Yeah. I say we have no problem. But no, I say it was really weird. Because as much like I'm more conservative, and honestly, like your opinion of masked people is completely
Plague rats. If they're not masked, they're plague rats.
Right. And to me, it's like, man, you know what? Like opinions and whatever, do what you got to do. Like whatever makes you feel better as a human. I to me, I just don't let other people's actions or whatever like kind of bother me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like, I will only call you out if somebody asks you to put it on and you're a dick about it, because I, again, being a big fucking dude, like will literally tell you right where to shove it. I have no problems about this. Like, if you're asked, do it, right? Like nobody said that you had to go shopping at Menards, right? Have you seen any Menards clothes?
No.
Really?
Have you?
No, but I do remember like when Menards was like not allowing kids to go in, and they're literally just like, hey, this is,
And everybody threw a hissy fucking fit.
I'm never fucking shopping here again.
They're always busy.
I haven't seen a fucking Menards clothes.
No,
right? Like,
no.
Guys, again, it takes a nation to do stuff, right? Like, sure, a small business, it takes, a very small crowd, right? But to me, you know what? Oh, I'm never doing it again. Now, you know what? The funny thing is especially with the shortage of everything going on, I guarantee the assholes that are like, I'm never doing it again. You fucking
First one in there. Yeah.
Oh, wait, Menards has it. I guess I have to go get it.
So
Did Sue contact you back?
no, I wish. No. So while we're talking about certain things and you're dealing with COVID brain and I'm dealing with sepsis brain.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling a lot lately. I did a TikTok on that the other day.
Yeah.
And so I sent a friend a text the other day because, again, my mind's just not working right.
Yep.
I throw my 80s playlist on. I can't remember half the words to the fucking songs.
Oh.
Songs I've sung a million times because I grew up in the 80s.
Huh.
And it's freaking me the fuck out.
Sure.
And I sent a text that says, I can't remember the words to songs I should know the words to. And my friend, being an asshole that he is, goes, that sucks. Just remember, it's excuse me while I kiss this guy. Which would be excuse me while I kiss the sky, Purple Haze from Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And I said, right, because I love to kiss guys. And I said, wait, what did I just admit to? He goes, we may teabag, but kissing, we're not there yet. And I just want to say right now, thanks, Mike, for that. That made me laugh.
No,
It's like me putting on my underwear backwards today.
He sends me a text today. He goes, this will make you laugh. I put my boxers on backwards today, and I didn't notice until I went to pee.
Dude, I've done that. Right. So like I'll put my underwear on, and then I'm sitting there like playing, trying to get my stuff out of the hole, and I'm just like, all right, like this is
What the fuck?
so then I go into the stall and have to change my underwear
It's
around.
hard to say. I also told him that I would not lose respect for him as long as he always remembered the name of the one who's.
Yeah, the One Who song. And then, mind you, I sent him a message. I said, right, it's Teenage Wasteland, just because I knew that would piss him off because it's Baba O'Reilly.
No, and my brain, I haven't found that I've lost knowledge, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's just the quick shit.
Well, it's the quick stuff
Short-term memory.
and and new information, right?
Yep.
So, we were talking. It was funny because we were talking about something with an IRA. Actually, the word just came to my mind, so I had to write it down. Somebody was asking if we could be something for an IRA or a self-directed IRA.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I don't know if we can be that. And so I had to ask for what the word was. I was like, what do you want to be for a self-directed IRA? And they said the word, and I was like, oh, and I had to ask 3 times.
Yep.
And so I literally walked from this office to that office because I was going to ask the high up or whatever, hey, can we be this? And I just couldn't figure it out. But anyway, the word was custodian, right?
Okay.
And I was like, because I've never heard of a custodian for an IRA.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. But yeah, I had to ask 3 times. And literally it was just walking out that door, that's right there. And I couldn't get it figured out.
Yep.
So no, that was a great year. Looking forward to this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. So we're gonna go down to Plainwell at some point after the middle of February. Meet with Steve and Yvonne.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about Steve started his own business many years ago, Steve Henderson and Son Construction.
Yep.
And he just now retired.
Good for him.
And Yvonne's going to buy us some specific Belgian beer.
I'm so excited.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Hopefully a quad.
We're gonna go see Buck on Tuesday.
We are. I say Mike's
And-
coming up for that.
Yep, and tour Grand Armory.
I was going to go when you see Steve because I like Steve.
Yes, you are. And then honestly, guys, if you have ideas for episodes, if you have questions, please hit us up because we love to do that stuff. Guy I used to play football with has his own podcast. It's called POFU,
Okay.
the power of fuck you.
Okay.
He loves talking finances.
Yeah, that's
And he really started pushing it today. And I said, yeah, we should do something together. So I hope to be able to set that up. Yep. And we'll be on TikTok every now and then. Go hop on there and see what bullshit we're talking about.
yeah.
Nick, what did you think of your outside beers?
Say they aged pretty well. They don't really age well in a can compared to a bottle. So
Yes.
but I know that with COVID there's been a brown bottle shortage. So
There definitely has.
I guess I'm gonna have to drink my cans sooner than I thought. So I'll get that taken care of.
Mike, how did you like your beers?
Yeah, how was that sour?
Good. I'd had some over the weekend, so I already knew.
Okay. And sorry, cranberry or pomegranate?
Pomegranate.
How so I mean flavor forward? What do we
Sour definitely takes more than the pomegranate.
okay,
It's got a little bit of the hint of pomegranate.
sure. I went to Adesanya Mead
Yes.
in Granville. I really like those guys, Mike and Sawyer.
We
Great
should do an episode there.
We
Mike
should.
loves mead.
great brewers. Excuse me, vintners. But they do beer, so brewers as well. And I had a dessert wine. It was a raspberry chocolate or I don't remember, but it was a good dessert wine. And wow, it might have been cherry, but it was some, and the fruit was just so forward.
Mhm.
It was, you don't get that normally out of things. So I really enjoyed myself.
So I've had the Grand Armory Fluffer Nutter Peanut Butter Marshmallow Stout before.
Fantastic
It's
beer.
delicious.
I'm very excited to come to the brewery.
I am too. The milkshake stout from Rochester Mills. It was
That was
just to
toasted
get it
marshmallow?
right. Toasted marshmallow milkshake stout was delicious. And then the first time I had Brewdog Double Cake Marshmallow and Chocolate Stout, it was delicious. You were right, Nick.
Yeah.
That was an excellent beer. So we'll get this posted soon. Nick, hit us with your favorite.
Hey guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us and giving us feedback and giving us updates on the reactions and interactions that we have with you guys. Again, this past year was fantastic. Sorry we've been gone for a little bit. Our goal this year is to make it a little bit better of a consistency.
Yeah, we definitely want to hit some consistency. And if you find us around, we usually have stickers or something on us. Hit us up and we'll give you some swag and you can rep Bucks and Brews because
Yeah.
we love to see our logo out there. It was at the United Center on full display, second row last night.
Second row, baby, right on national TV.
Hell yeah. So thanks for joining us and we will have our next episode from Grand Armory. So you guys can look forward to that.
There you go.
You've dialed in
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash and tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some beer money
Bucks
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
Brews.
and brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.